Chris, it's another tragic killing of youngsters in the capital, and the local MP saying the community is in shock. It's interesting, however, that detectives are saying so early that they believe the two deaths are linked.
Well, it is, and we still don't know too much about what's happened, whether it is gang-related. The two lads, you can't necessarily say that they were involved in a gang. They could have been wrong place, wrong time. Could have been something they've done to disrespect a gang, which often leads to tragic events. I think basically the whole problem of knife crime, gang-related violence is a massive one. Now, knife crime killings are down this year in terms of teenagers in London, which is good. A huge amount of work has gone in. A lot of it is stop and search. A lot of it is controversial, but huge challenges ahead. And I don't think really the public generally realise the extent of the issues surrounding gangs across London and other major cities. And of course, it's spread out now even into country areas. So there's a huge challenge, one that the police need to tackle, but so do communities, and so do those activists that constantly criticise the police. Everyone needs to get their act together, work together, and try and do something about this to prevent these tragedies.
Yeah, as you say, no indication that either of these two boys was involved in any kind of gang activity, but that has been a concern. And as you say, the fact that so many youngsters are carrying knives, whether they believe it's for their own safety in self-defence or as an offensive weapon, I mean, what more can be done apart from stop and search initiatives and making the penalties even tougher?
I think there needs to be a greater realisation amongst the public as to the extent of gang culture. It is absolutely massive. These gang leaders, often drill rappers, have followings of hundreds of thousands of people. Their influence on youth culture is absolutely massive. So I think that needs to be understood and acknowledged. And then there needs to be this community cooperation, and you need to get officers out, obviously, in the communities. Community policing needs to be re-established.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do we come back to that old chestnut, the Bobby on the beat, that local intelligence with the policeman knowing about what's going on and who's involved is the real key?
It is important, but as your last speaker, the one talking about the health service, police officers spend huge swathes of time dealing with non-crime issues. They're not out in communities. Massive amounts of time with mental health, for example.